Welcome guys. So today I'll be trying to save some of my dying plants, and I'll be using perlite, leca, and fluvial stratum and some moss. What I'm using for containers are these small snack size plastic cups. What I've done to them, and I hope you can see, I actually cut holes on them so the water is not retained. I'm thinking to use their cups for a, I don't know, for water retention so I don't make mess everywhere. I'll be also using rooting powder, and I have some cute labels here that I'll be labeling with. So I'll be starting with some leca, just a couple of them. That way the water has where to escape, and it's like a water reservoir. And then I'll be adding just a few pieces of orchid moss, and then I'll be adding perlite, and I'll be adding fluvial stratum, The reason I chose these small containers is because the other ones I have from Amazon are pretty big. I'll show you. The ones I have from Amazon are pretty big. So this is expensive, and I don't want to spend I don't want to waste the products. And now that I'm thinking of, I might be able actually to put them inside, just like so, and cover them with the dome they coming, so that way it stays nice and cozy inside, like making a little greenhouse for them. So you can see that I've added here leca, sphagnum moss, fluvial stratum, and I added perlite. And I'll be also using my rooting powder. It's just because I really want to make sure they are actually surviving. So the first one I have, it's a fry deck. This is what's left of it. I don't know what happened to it. It was very pretty and all that, but as I said before, in small plants, it's always a problem because they don't all survive. And then here's what we're left with. So I'm just gonna place my little plant, or what's left of my plant, inside. And first I wanted to add rooting powder, and I already forgot. How is that possible? So I have here rooting powder, and I'm going just to dab it around so I can help it promote. This is not necessary, it's just that I really want to save these plants, and that's why I'm giving it extra help. So I'm going to put it inside right there, and I'll add some more perlite on top. So I added more perlite on top, and I'd like to add some more sphagnum moss. Probably a good idea would have been to actually have a vessel of water, and I'm going to use a small one. I'm going to be using filtered water, and I'm going to submerge this in here for just a little bit, and you can, I don't know if you can see, but it absorbs the water right away. So I'm gonna have it stay in there for a little bit, and then I'll water it on top as well. And that was my fried egg. And let me write it down because later I'll be just forgetting. So that's my fried egg. Okay, now I'll have to show it because this is gonna be super cute, like this small cup with small plant and with a name tag. How cute is that? Next one is gonna be absolutely the same process. Leca. Where did I put the? Oh, here. Then perlite, fluval stratum, orchid mix, and the next one I'm going to have is going to be my purple clock. I thought it's dead, but it has roots. So I'm giving it one more chance, one more try. I'm not sure if it will survive, but it's green and it has growing points. I'll show you in a second. It has growing points, and so I'm giving it a good chance to actually be able to survive. So here is my rooting hormone. I'm going to add, then I'm going to put it right on top here, and I'll add some more perlite on top. I really hope these plants are actually going to make it. Some more orchid moss. And a name tag, obviously. And this is my purple clock. Purple clock. This is the side effect of buying a baby plant. It actually has, it can die on you. And I was looking for some plants the other day, and I saw that the difference in price is like $10–15. But when you're thinking, if you get to lose the plant, then you kind of lost the money you paid. So it maybe makes more sense to actually purchase a larger plant. I mean, my large plants are all doing fine. Some of them have issues, but mostly are doing fine. So I'm not sure if I want to buy any more seedlings. Although I saw yesterday on a website, man, and I really want to buy it. I saw white princess, white knight, white wizard, and a bunch of plants that are tissue cultured, and they're like a lot cheaper than the whole thing, the plant. So I just need to look more online on about how to actually take care of culture plants. I'm afraid that I might not do very well, but that was really for me. I was like, I wish I didn't spend all my money for plants because I would be actually um, trying to do that, to buy those. They look like a nice experiment. Um, and maybe, who knows, you end up with a plant for a lot more cheaper than it is in real life. So this one is a Philodendron veracruzum amazonas, and it's sad. It looks sad, but it has some green, so I'm going to be trying to, I'll cut it, and always use clean scissors. I did cut it. I'm not sure if it's revivable, but I'll try my best. I'll put it in there, and I'll cut whatever feels hard in here. No, this is dead. So I just used a small cutting because it does have growing points and it looks better than the rest. I will dab it obviously in rooting powder, and I probably want to use more on this one. And let me add some. I'll be giving it a new home, and I really hope that it actually can be revived. If not, I just gave you my best I could, and I'm sorry for your hard time. And now I'll give it a name tag, and that's going to be, oh, it has a name tag, so I actually will take its name tag and add it to it, and then I'll take that one off for now. The Friday, I'll be watering them later on too, so I'm just trying to help it a little bit up front. Next one, so let me take this out of the way. Telling you, these plants are making me lose my sleep. I'm like, I was telling my husband, each time a plant dies or does something funky on me, I'm like really upset. Not upset in the sense that I'm angry, in the sense that I didn't do something to help my plant. So this one is a Philodendron luxurians, and boy am I sad about this guy. I'm really sad. It looks like it had good roots. Roots are not bad. For this one, I'm gonna use a larger container because I want to cut it in two. So I'll be using directly a large container, and I'm gonna add like so less more for this one. I'll add some of the sphagnum moss. I'll add perlite. And the reason for this is because this plant is bigger, and I'll be cutting it in a couple of sections because I really want to try and save it. And here we are. So I'm looking for nodes. I'm looking for the nodes. I'll be cutting right below the nodes. I don't know what happened to you, but I'll be cutting right below the nodes. And here's two more. And I know it should be larger than this, but I just really want to try and save it. And apparently as a whole plant, it's not doing very well. But you know, I cut it, and I already put it obviously in, I'll check the other one, in rooting powder, and I can see small new roots, white and nice. So I really want to try my best and have it in here and see if they can be saved. And let me see this one. This one has small roots. I don't know if you can see it, but right here, and that one had a lot more than this. So I'm dabbing it in rooting powder all the way. And I'll be adding it to my container right here. And this is the last one, and I don't know which side I want it to go down and which side I want it to go up. And what I'm gonna do, I'm going to put rooting powder here and here, like all of this, and I'm just gonna put it this way. That way it's it can decide which one it wants to go. Does it want to grow this way or that way? Any way it wants. Okay, here I'll need to a bit more. And I'll be placing here as well. Then I'll be adding on top more perlite. Oh my God, I really want it to work out. These are like my kids. These plants are like, I'm always Googling stuff, always looking, reading, and my husband is like, there's life outside your plants. Because he feels like I'm giving way too much to my plants. And probably I am, but I'm that type of person that, when it starts, it has to go all the way, kind of helicopter person. So this is my luxuriance. I put them right in there, and I'll switch places with the other ones here. Now let it sit in the water a little bit, and then I'll be watering all of them. Next one, oh my God, it's a mess here. I cannot work in mess. Mess is not working well with me, and I'm not working well with mess. So I'll be trying to clean it a little bit. I just don't like when it's so messy around. My kids find it annoying because, I have to have everything perfectly clean all the time. Next we have an Anthurium yeremalense. This Anthurium came with huge leaves, right here. This Anthurium came with huge leaves that actually yellowed. And the roots are very nice. The roots are very healthy and very nice. They're white. I'm gonna give it a rinse. So I don't know what happened to it, but all of a sudden it just, turned yellow and it died on me. So I'm going to give it extra love today, and I'll probably cut it in couple. Oh, I see here growing points as well. So let me show you. The roots are very nice. The roots are actually nice, and the whole thing is nice. It's not dried. It's looking good, actually. These are healthy roots. I don't know what's your deal, but you're an Anthurium, so you have to be dramatic, obviously. So I'll be cutting it. I'm trying not to affect the roots I have here. And I'll be cutting this growth point. Gosh. Just cut it, I guess, because there is no other way to go around, but I don't want to. Oh. Not very easy to cut, so I'll use my X-Acto knife, because that wasn't easy to cut with scissors. Let me... you can hear that this is a very fruity plant. So here I'm having a very good plant. It's not dead inside, so I don't know what happened to it, but it wasn't happy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in rooting powder as well. Let it sit there because I forgot to make my container. And I'll use a large one as well, because those are large roots, healthy roots. So I don't know what happened to it. Maybe it's because, when plants are shipped, they do get a little bit bottled and hurt and all that. So maybe that's the thing with them. But I'm really sorry and bummed. It has huge leaves, beautiful leaves. Like this plant is really beautiful, and they kind of hang down, and I really was full of joy when I saw them. Like very, very beautiful little plant. I'm obviously um, happy if this is going to work. So the first cutting that I added is this. So I'm just putting it inside. Now let me check another growth point. So I'm going to try to make 3 plants out of this, and I hope it works. Here. The nodes are very dense, actually, very dense. Like it's impossible to find a point where to. So this is the other one. You can see it's very, very nice inside. Oh, I'm so happy actually, because I thought when I'm gonna take it out, it's probably going to be all dried inside and dead and all that. But no, it actually looks good. I'm like excited. I'm happy they look good. And this is very large. So for this one, I'm gonna have a separate container because this is very large. So these two can stay together in here probably if I can put this stubborn root inside. It doesn't want to go inside. So I'm adding perlite on top. Oh, that would be nice actually to end up with a couple of plants instead of one. I was talking to Ivan from Equagenera, very nice person, very helpful. Like, you can see when people are actually, they want to help you. They want to tell you, even for the plants I didn't buy from them, they are like, looking for a solution for you, helping you. It's really nice people. I really like Equagenera. So he told me, if your plant gets like this, take it out and cut it. And like, if you cut it, then in that case, at least one will survive. Not the whole plant is gonna die, or all of them will survive, and then you get to get like more plants. So let me make a house for my large one really quick, as well leca. Oops, sorry. And then perlite. I wonder, guys, how you rescue your plants. Do you do anything specific? Maybe you have been longer in this hobby. Sometimes I feel offended to call it hobby. I mean, it's not a hobby. It's like you're taking care of something. You grow stuff, and it gives me I don't know, a feeling of accomplishment and also lots of happiness. I was talking to my husband yesterday how many new leaves my monsteras just pushed this last couple of days. Like all my monsteras pushed a lot of leaves in different sizes, and like it's so exciting. I'm not gonna use rooting rod on this one, rooting powder, not rooting rod, because it has pretty big roots. I'm gonna try to seed it inside. Oh, I wonder how long it's gonna take. One of my plants took more than 3 months to actually push new growth. Not sure how long this one will take. I really hope it's gonna be faster than 3 months, but we'll see. Okay, this doesn't want to push down in there. Doesn't want to stay in my. Yeah, I'll tell you, anthuriums are always very moody plants, let's say. They just don't. They're like, this is not your business what we're doing, so get over yourself. Really, really. I'm gonna use some sphagnum moss No, not big chunks because I want it to get wet. Because that root really doesn't want to cooperate with me. And let me write a note for it. So, sodium GUEREMALANSE. I don't know what's the date today, but it's like, I think 2/23. Okay. So these two are out of the way. And my last but not least plant is, who are you? Philodendron pinnatilobum, AFF. Okay, this one had huge leaves as well. But this didn't had like roots, you know, it just was a stick with no roots. So probably that what happened to it. It's still a stick with good roots though. The roots in this plant are not happy. They're not happy. So I have to clean it. They're not happy at all. This is completely nothing inside, so I have to really cut it. Nothing in it. Okay, this looks better. A little bit. The smell, oh my god, I always liked how sorry, I'm trying to cut it. How philodendrons smell. They're like having amazing smells. I'll cut this one into it as well. Because I want to try and have two of them. Wow. So from a long stick, I'm left with two small sticks. I cut everything that wasn't good, and I'm still cleaning the roots. The roots have new growth on them, like, you know, new roots, green roots coming out, white. So I'm actually excited to see what's going on with them. I'm gonna be using a small cup for this one, Leca Perlite Fluval. Then I'll add some of the orchid bark, and I'll use the rooting powder to help it go. I'll make a small hole for it so it stays like that. And then the second one, same thing, I'll use rooting powder. I want to use it on the growing points of the stick as well, basically everywhere. Okay, this is better. I'll stick in there. Dead. This is dead. This is dead. Now I'm going to put more perlite on top. And a little bit of Fluval. And here it is. Oh my god, it's a mess in here. Here it is, nicely. And here is the name of it. So I'm really hoping it will grow up. Yeah. So here we are. So here we are. I've got them all in water, and I added water on top. So today we try to save quite some plants. I'll be letting them sit for a while in the water because I wanted everything to be actually moistened, and then like this guy is already fully moistened, my fried egg. So I'm going to add it to my dome right here, and I'm going to use it on top and keep it in a bright spot. I'll keep it under growing lights. So I'll be getting growing lights to keep it safe. So here we go. Thank you for watching. So here is my little hospital plant. Here I have all the plants I tried to rescue today. I have them under grow lights and under a heating mat. And let's get growing.